Hello from the land of TV. This is King Cool, and I just want to give up a quick update. It's going to probably flow slightly into a rant. One is I'm not going to have an episode of Distracted Movie Reviews this Friday. I haven't really watched anything. I could try and come up with something I watched a little while ago. Some of you might have figured out that the Gulliver's Travel thing was because I didn't really watch anything that week, and that was something I've been watching recently for something else. But I haven't seen anything this week because I've been sort of busy. Well, I wasn't busy on Tuesday. I was lazy, and I don't have any excuse except for that. So I'm going to voluntarily take a strike. I have Gia. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch that as soon as I can because I know, with the contract that I have with you guys is that I have to watch it. So there's not going to be a question about that. I'll get to it, whenever I can. And I know it's only 2 hours, but I'm certainly dreading it. You guys will see why when I finally make up the review. I can't promise when that is because it's not just me. I have to write out something about it. But, so, I've been thinking lately about, again, I don't want to turn you guys into, like, that dog who, constantly changes food and makes him really picky, but I am sort of thinking about changing up the format again, with the, minute reviews. But, I'm sort of thinking, well, what if Penalty Box was the whole show? But then I was like, well, that would just basically make me everyone else on the internet and their father, So I don't want to do that, but I've been thinking about it. And if anyone who doesn't really like the minute review format, let me know. So that I can take that into consideration. But anyway, also in the news lately was Netflix putting up their prices. And I'm sort of like, a lot of people were freaking out about this. Oh, I'll never do it again. And other people were freaking about other people freaking out. But here's the thing, was, what it eventually does is, it sort of shows how a lot of people use Netflix. And it's like, a lot of people just don't use it that much. Like, I know some people who have anime DVDs that they rented that they were just sitting there for, like, weeks, months sometimes, like 6 months, the same couple of DVDs that you're paying $10 a month to lease, basically. And if you don't use it that much, if this price change woke you up, that'd be a good thing. So, I don't have any problem with the new prices at all. To a certain extent, I'm sort of like, it is more, and I'm sort of like, okay, do I really want to pay it for that much when I haven't been using it as much as I could? What it reminds me is, like, I should use it more. If I'm paying some amount for it, I should use it. But I also like the fact that now there's separate discs and streaming, because everyone, okay, I just want streaming. To hell with discs. I'm tired of this stuff, and make certain that I stream something every other day or whatever. It's still, like, if you use it, it's worth it. If you don't, it's not. And if that got people out of it, then that's good. Then people start saving a bit of money instead of $15 a month for something they never use. Now, sort of tangentially related to this, slightly. I want to go out and have a slight rant. There's some of you guys, almost certainly a lot of you guys watch. Like, I watch Thunderfoot, Pat Condell, and Non-Stamp Collect, and some of these other guys who are sort of outspoken atheists on YouTube. Now, I'm not an atheist. I'm an agnostic myself, but not that that really matters for this. But, there's a guy out there who I tried to watch a couple of times, and I just can't get into it, who they call the Amazing Atheist, but on That Guy with the Glasses, he's called the Distressed Watcher. And I want to make a little rant about him. The first time I tried to watch a video with him was when we was talking about reading on the toilet. And he's like, alright, like, I don't really read good books when I'm on the toilet. I read bad books, like, I think he said Dean Koontz, I don't remember exactly. But I think that was what he said. And, he's like, so, what he does is he takes a piece of TP, if he has the plastic cover on it, he draws the face of the offending, oh boy. I'm taking care of your, oh no, oh, that was dumb. He takes the plastic cover that sits on some hardcover books, and he makes he draws the face on it with a marker, rubs that off with a piece of toilet paper, and then wipes his butt with it. So I'm like, really? The way you express the like, I bet this is supposed to be funny. But sort of with his tone, maybe, I just had to take this sort of seriously. I'm like, so your way of expressing that you don't like a book is by reading it on the toilet and then getting permanent marker on your rectum? Like, really? You know how I don't like it? I express books I don't like? I don't read them. Right now, I'm trying to get through Stephanie Meyer's The Host. I don't know anything about The Host, but I'm trying to get through it. I've got a few chapters in. It isn't grabbing me, but if I start another book now, that's the concession that I'll never finish it. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to get through this. But, you know, as I said, it is not grabbing me. But I'm giving it a shot. I'm not going to disparage it from that. But I'm just like, I'm trying. I'm going to give it a fair shake. Everyone's really down on Stephanie Meyer. It's so trendy to hate things. And this is getting into, I think, the last thing I'm going to rant about today. I'm actually sort of organized today. I'm amazed. Like, when people... Like, the other thing the Distressed Watcher put up a video on was, talking about movies, and how he's like, when you go to the movies, you pay so much to get in, you pay something for snacks, then you have to sit up through a bunch of commercials, and then when you watch the movie, there's product placement. He uses a product placement in Zookeeper as an example. And he... Alright, hold on, I'm gonna pick parts. I don't know why it's chugging like crazy. I must have something running in the background. I'm gonna pick parts, I'll be right back. And we're back. So, you know, he has this rant where he talks about how much you have to pay at the movies and how then you get paid to watch a commercial while you're watching a movie. Now, here's the thing. He's dead right about this. But his tone is so harsh and just like, he's just so whiny and not funny about it. I'm just like, and at the very end of the video, he's like, alright, enough, be gone. And I'm like, well, that's not a nice thing to say to people you're watching. And furthermore, he talked about, he's actually complaining about the ad that runs in front of his blip.tv videos that eventually gets him, you know, a little bit of money. Not much as far as I know, but I think that is his livelihood at this point, is making videos. And I'm like, isn't it just a little bit uncool to whine about the thing that gives you, that, you know, that you get money from? It's like, you had to watch an ad before this video. It's like, okay, if you don't want to do that, then take it off. You don't have to make money from it. You can do it for free if you felt like doing it out of the goodness of your heart. Do you feel so inclined, Mr. Distressed Watcher? I guess not, because there was the ad. And I'm one of the guys who won't actually put on ad block. I'll say, you know what, I'll sit through the Taco Stand Taco ad about 100 times, watching things if I'm just bored. I'll do it because I don't want to take it away from the people who do it. I'm not one of these guys who's like, okay, I'm going to use ad block and I'm going to be some sort of patriot fighting for the freedom of people to work and for absolutely no compensation. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm also not gonna be like, oh, look how proud I am. If someone wants to block the ads, that's up to them. I don't, you know, I'm not gonna say it's well, I'm not gonna say it's wrong because I'm not doing it. Whatever. Someone else will jump to the defense, I guess. So, and this leads me up to the last thing. This actually wasn't the last thing. I just remembered this. Let's just say, I'm not going to say any names in particular, but there seems to be this idea that, like, because you make money from something, you know, that it's somehow wrong, or that it's, you know, that nobody should care what you think because you're a little reviewer. Like, there is something to be said against the whole that guy with the glasses mindset where it's all about just the people who, you know, just these sort of people who have their little weird rants and things, and it is like, well, why do we care what these people think? It's like, well, because they're funny, to a certain extent. But on the other hand, there is some room for criticism, how a lot of them are just sort of aping the same style, or that some of the jokes they make, it's like, really, it's like, okay, it's sort of like the George Carlin thing, you said get on the plane, screw you, I'm getting in the plane, okay, you know what means, get on the plane, you know. Very much a joke like that where it's like, well, why didn't you do this? It's like, well, okay, that's dumb. There is room to criticize this, but let's just say there might be some place out there where they're doing it so very badly and with such little grace and just like saying, oh, these people are nobodies. But somehow they get paid to make their content. It's very much against the escapist and my, you know, my friends at Lure and other people at that guy with glasses, and somehow the fact that you get paid is what makes it that they become the locus of their hate. And it's like they go out and say, okay, well, they're nobodies. No, the only nobodies out there are the people who make a whole website, you know, to criticize people who make content that is for you free. I don't see how the fact that they get paid for it makes it that you shouldn't have to do it, or that you don't like it. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it, but that's fine. I don't think I'm very organized here. But anyway, I'm back here. That's pretty much all I have to say. Sorry I won't be able to update, but I didn't want to give you like a fake one or do it late. I just was like, nope, I didn't have time, or I was lazy, so I'm just going to own up to it. I'm going to take a strike. Nevertheless, thank you for watching. This is King Cool, and please drive home safe.